Cody Rice. Rice, he's got an opening. Rice, he could go all the way. He's got one man to beat.
Jace Becker spins, hangs, complete.
Broughton breaks through. It's a race to the end zone. Touchdown, Sioux. The Sioux strike first.
It used to be
On the road,
Conquers back on top as Region 8 champions.
That's Ben Heenick. Heenick with a load of steam, and he bowls over.
One as Blake Bergstrom looks to go. Blake Bergstrom floating in midair for two.
Backdoor cut. Cheryl Hayes off the glass for two. There is Nesham. Wow, look at that shot by Addison Nesham. She's putting on a show. You think her heart is pounding? No way. The loose and Clark-Berthold Bombers are headed to the state.
Corner, 3 seconds, Simiano. No. Put back, no. The Killdeer Cowboys survive.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of GameDay Media, LLP, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent by GameDay Media, LLP. GameDay Media, LLP does not own the rights to the background music of this live stream. All rights belong to the music owners. No copyright infringement intended.
Today's Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by RTC Networks, Hagen Equipment Incorporated, First International Bank and Trust, Nodak Insurance Company, Eric Mogan, Johnson and Sundin, Attorneys at Law, Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial, Farmers Union Oil of Watford City, Patriot Fuels LLC, Mackenzie County Heritage Park and Museum, Cornerstone Bank, TNT Measurements Incorporated, Northern States Fishing Tools, WCAG Church, Doug Rolfson, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, NCC, Dakota Country 96.1 FM.
And here we are, Titus Stenberg. You can open us up here.
Hey, thank you, Randy. Hello and welcome to beautiful Alexander, North Dakota. We are here at Alexander Football Field, and it is opening night. There's some excitement in the air. There's been some breeze in the air off and on today.
Shut off
more breeze than not as the day has gone on here, but certainly comfortable, very good football weather this evening. It has cooled off about 30 degrees from Wednesday afternoon, and I think we are in store for an outstanding football matchup here as the 9-man high school football season gets underway this evening. And we are here in western North Dakota. We've got a Region 3 matchup lined up for you here this evening as we see the Lewis and Clark Longhorns on the road taking on the home team this evening, the Alexander Comets. Both of these teams pile up a few wins last year. Lewis and Clark finished with a 3-5 record, while Alexander made it to the playoffs once again, and this time they got a playoff win, and they finished their season at 7-3. 2 of those 3 losses came against the West Hope Newburgh Glenburn Sioux, and their other 1 loss came against South Prairie Max. Other than that, they beat everybody that they saw last year, and they're looking to take another step and a little further journey into the playoffs. But in order to do that, you got to start off strong, and they're going to look to do that here in this home opener for them. And Randy, as we look at these 2 teams, I'm excited. How about you?
You know, we've broadcast the Alexander Comets the last couple of years, and they've been very successful down here, advancing to the second round of the 9-man playoffs last year with a win over the Honkers from Ken Bowbells. Burke Central ended up getting beat by West Hope Newburgh Glenburn, and it was hard to beat those teams, but these guys have played a lot of football over their high school careers, and they're big, and I'm looking forward to this matchup here tonight.
Yeah, both teams graduated some talent from last year's squads, but they both bring back some good talent. For Lewis and Clark, they've got 2 returning all-region players in Holden Meyer and Dylan Pank. We'll be calling those guys' names a lot here this evening. And then for Alexander, they bring back some good, talented players as well, including their quarterback, Jacob Novak. He also plays linebacker. We're going to be hearing his name a lot tonight as well there for the Alexander Comets side. Of course, they graduated Jordan Hernandez, one of the best running backs and linebackers in the state in 9-man last year. He is playing at Minot State University this fall, so we wish Jordan the best as they try to fill the shoes of him here in Alexander. Head coaches tonight are Paul Rudolph in his 5th year as head coach of the Lewis and Clark Longhorns. On the other side is Trey Jacobson in his 3rd year as head coach of the Alexander Comets. Thank you for joining us here this evening on Game Day Media. My name is Titus Denberg. Our color analyst tonight is Randy Peterson. He's down on the field. He's going to get a couple interviews here with our head coaches. And we want to welcome you into your Hagen Equipment pregame show. Hagen Equipment is your source for Case IH, Bobcat, and many more lines of equipment right in Watford City. They are located right on South Main Street there in Watford. And so we're going to send it down right now. Randy Peterson is on the field. He's catching up with our Lewis and Clark head coach, Paul Rudolph. Coach's comments brought to you by Watford City Farmers Union. Randy, take it away.
Yeah, thank you, Titus, and thank you, Coach Rudolph, for taking a bit of time here as your team continues to warm up. Another opening day, another season for you. How many opening day seasons have you had in your career, Paul?
I'm not 100% sure, but it's I guess if you count playing, you're looking at about what 46.
I'm putting you on the spot here. Good math. That's a lot of experience. You bring a lot of experience, and you've got some players that we've been looking at here. This Pank kid, that's a pretty good player for you that we're kind of spotlighting here tonight. But what kind of team you think you're going to put on the field here tonight?
Well, hopefully a disciplined one. One that doesn't put the ball on the ground, one that doesn't make 5-yard penalties, and it's been proven that if you do those 2 things, you give yourself a better chance to be successful. Don't jump off sides, don't give those mental 5-yard penalties, and don't turn the ball over. And gives you a big chance.
Thanks for the time, Paul. We'll let you get back coaching up the team. That is Paul Rudolph of the Lewis and Clark-Berthold Longhorns. And when we come back after this timeout, Titus, we're going to head over to the other side of the field to see if we can catch up with head coach Trey Jacobson after a word from our sponsors.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
Have you ever wondered how your internet works? It starts with fiber in the ground.
And local employees who connect that fiber to your home or business.
Our 9,000 miles of fiber keep you connected
to your neighbors and the world,
while keeping your data safe from intrusions, viruses, and malware.
At RTC Networks, we're proud to offer our community the fastest, most reliable fiber optic internet available. Our goal is to keep you connected seamlessly and securely.
Yeah, thanks again, Titus, and Trey Jacobson's given us a few minutes here. When I looked at your roster, Trey, you're a big team this year, aren't you?
Yeah, we got some size return from last year. I mean, we don't have too many seniors and stuff, but we got pretty good size across the front line.
One of the things that we noticed last year, broadcasting with you guys, Jacob is a very good leader for you, and you're expecting big things out of him this year.
Yeah, for sure. Senior leadership's big. He's taken on the role really well this year, and I think he's ready for it. He's got a lot of playing time under his belt, so that helps.
Yeah, so one of the things that we were impressed with you last year is you didn't back away from anybody. You took down the Honkers right here on this field, ended up losing to the West Hope Newburgh Glenburn team up there in West Hope, but a lot of potential for the Alexander Comets this year.
Yeah, I always tell the kids to put last year in the past because it's fun to think about, but 2025 Comets are it's a new team, new us, and I tell them we got to write our own story.
Hey, thanks for the time. We're going to let him get back to coaching up a team. This is Trey Jacobson, the head coach for the Alexander Comets. Back to you, Titus. Thanks.
All right. Thank you very much, Randy. Good job getting some interviews down there. No doubt a little bit of first game jitters with the head coaches as well. All of us announcers, the players, the officials, everybody's feeling it. It's the first game of the year. We're excited, a little bit nervous, and we're ready to go. So those coaches' comments are brought to you by Watford City Farmers Union Oil.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop. Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top-quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more. Located in Alexander, North Dakota.
When the job demands power and precision, turn to Hagen Equipment in Watford City, your proud Case IH and Bobcat dealer. From equipment rentals to a full service department and an extensive parts inventory, Hagen Equipment has what you need to get the job done right. Stop by 805 South Main Street in Watford or visit HagenEquipment.com. Hagen Equipment. Work ready, field proven.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries.
But maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand.
But maybe don't?
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank.
But maybe don't?
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
When the job demands power and precision, turn to Hagen.
Welcome back to your Hagen Equipment pregame show. And right now, sunny Alexander, North Dakota. The clouds and sun are having a war as we look out here from the press box. It's going to be some clouds, some sunshine, a little bit of mixture of both. No chance of rain. And the wind that is blowing stiffly out of the northwest will continue, but it is going to diminish as gameplay continues. And once we have our opening kickoff. Exciting day of action, and we are excited to have you right here joining us on Game Day Media. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel here, as we'll be bringing you high school football action all season long. Randy and David and Noah are going to bring you some high school volleyball here this fall, and then we'll ramp up and bring you a lot of basketball once winter rolls around. So we are excited to have another high school sports season underway. And my name is Titus Stenberg. I am so excited to have joined the team here with Game Day Media. And we're going to do our best to bring you some great high school sports coverage all season long. As the teams continue their warm-ups, you're going to be looking at Alexander wearing their home red uniforms this evening with the white helmets, gray pants with red, white, and black striping down their legs. Lewis and Clark with a new uniform, a new nickname here this year. The co-op of the Lewis and Clark schools there in Berthold, along with North Shore Plaza, Makoti included in that, and they are unveiling their new logo this year as the Lewis and Clark Longhorns. When I heard Longhorns, I was expecting kind of a Texas look with some burnt orange maybe, but they stuck to the Berthold color of purple as their main color. I don't see much gold there on the uniforms. The good purple and white, they're wearing their road white uniforms here tonight as they get their season started on the road. And Randy, what did the wind feel like when you were down on the field there? I'm looking at the trees across the way here, and they're blowing a little bit.
Well, it was definitely blowing a little bit harder than it was when we were driving down here and getting set up. But I think it's going to be a beautiful night for football. A little bit of breeze to help these cooler summer nights, probably one of the cooler nights that we've had this week. And that is a good for a football player when you're looking at this time of the year.
Yeah, I was talking to a few coaches throughout this week. I know some coaches just cut practice short on Wednesday. Coach Trey Jacobson told me that he didn't. They had a practice. They took it a little bit easier on the kids. They weren't expecting them to hit each other too hard when the weather was like that. But I think it's good for everybody that it cooled off a little bit, and it's going to be a very pleasant evening here in western North Dakota and good conditions for opening night. I remember one opening night for Alexander. I believe it was their first game back in 9-man. They opened the season at Watford City's Fridley Field against Mohall Lansford Sherwood. And that one, it was cold. It was in the 50s. It was raining. It was windy. And you can get an opening night like that, or you can have an opening night like what the weather was on Wednesday, where it's 100 degrees and very sunshiny, and that can cause its own problems. Tonight, I expect the wind will play a role in our action down on the field, especially in the kicking game. The punts are going to be affected by it, no doubt, and we'll see how the passing games of these two teams are affected once the opening kickoff is underway. Both teams continuing their warm-ups down on the field. The officials are across the way getting ready to go, and we are just moments away from the season opener here this evening. So with that, we're going to toss it back to our sports desk. Thank a few more of our wonderful sponsors who have came on board for this season, and we'll be back with more of your Hagen Equipment pregame show after this timeout.
Since 1978, Northern States Fishing Tools of Watford City has been your trusted partner in the oil field. Serving the Wollaston Basin, we offer top quality fishing and rental tools, including packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. With expert knowledge and decades of experience, we deliver results tailored to your needs, all at competitive prices. Give us a call, 701-842-3350, or visit northernstatesfishingtools.com. Northern States Fishing Tools, quality tools, proven service.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lac provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
Welcome back to your Hagen Equipment pregame show. You're watching 9-Man football on Game Day Media. Thanks for joining us here this evening. As we continue along with our pregame show, let's meet your starting lineups here for tonight. Your starting lineups are brought to you by Patriot Fuels, conveniently located on Highway 85 North between Alexander and Watford City for all your fueling needs. And we've got the Lewis and Clark starters up there for you. Let's meet them. There are a few seniors up there, but also some young sophomores in that starting lineup. Drew Erickson will be the starting quarterback. Talented player, weighs in at 210 pounds, and he is one of the seniors. His running backs lining up behind him will be 185-pound sophomore Parker Nesham, along with the tailback 145-pound sophomore Sam Wrench, and a returning all-region player from last year's team, 180-pound senior Holden Meyer. Starting tight end, another returning all-region player, 215-pound senior Dylan Pank. And the offensive line, you got some decent size down there, 215-pound senior Rylan Myers, 230-pound sophomore Levi Evanson, 195-pound senior Brennan Osmondson. It's the starting lineup for head coach Paul Rudolph on the offense. A lot of those guys we'll see on defense as well. Let's meet the starting offense for the Alexander Comets, the home team tonight. They are led by their senior quarterback, Jacob Novak. He is an exciting player to watch on both sides of the ball. In the backfield behind him, it'll be at fullback, the junior Corey Getzloff, and the running back, senior, wearing number 3, Rope Simonson. A couple of starting tight ends, Jaden Champion, the senior, and Caden Culbertson, a junior. Starting wide receiver will be Julian Gant. He wears number 5. He's a junior. He has made some spectacular catches over his career for the Alexander offense, and he'll look to be a good target for quarterback Jacob Novak. And up front, their starting offensive line going to be sophomore Jude Waltner, junior Cole Champion, and sophomore center Dylan Strami. So a young line there for Alexander, and their head coach Trey Jacobson in his 3rd year as head coach. He is assisted by Brody Newsma and Jason Fowler. Let's take a look at our player spotlight, brought to you by TNT Measurements. TNT Measurements has been serving and supporting the oil and gas industry for over 25 years, focusing on oil and gas measurement. When you want it measured right, contact TNT Measurements. For Lewis and Clark, he's one of the captains there. He is going out there for the coin toss. His name is Dylan Pank, and we're going to be calling his name a lot. 215-pound senior. He starts at tight end on the offensive side of the football. He is an outside linebacker on the defensive side of the football. He had a really good season last year, and as Lewis and Clark looks to take the next step, he is going to be a key part in the success that they have this year as they want to make the playoffs out of Region 3. It's a good region, and it's going to take players like Dylan Pank stepping up and making some plays here tonight and all season long.
Yeah, on the other side of the field, you're kind of not seeing him right now, but the senior Jacob Novak for the Alexander Comets, starting quarterback, I think for the last 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. He got injured in the playoff game against the Honkers last year, but he's a leader on this team, and I think Trey Jacobson's looking for a lot of things. He wears number 8 for the Alexander Comets. That's your TNT Measurement Player Spotlight here. TNT Measurements, located in Newtown. For all your measurement needs in the oil field, they're one of the best. Get a hold of Derek Thompson at TNT Measurements. We're about ready to go. Our officials here tonight wearing the white hat is going to be Drew Flogan, and that's the only one I know right now, but he's a longtime official.
We're going to send it over to our PA announcer as he provides the pregame announcements and introduces our national anthem.
Let's give a big round of applause for Vivian and Eliana. Introducing first, the visitors, the Berthold Longhorns. Number 1, Alfonso Montano. Number 3, Sam Wrench. Number 12, Hank Asmundson. Number 14, Parker Nesham. Number 21, Holden Meyer. Number 44, Dylan Penk. Number 52, Rylan Myers. Number 55, Levi Evanson. And number 89, Brennan Asmundson. Now introducing your Alexander Comets, starting with number 4, Colin Spell. Number 5, Julian Gant. Number 6, Jaden Champion. Number 8, Jacob Novak. Number 13, Charlie Klein.
Number 25, Caden Culbertson. Number 42, Jude Waltner. Number 44, Corey Getzloff. And number 55, Colt Champion.
All right, there we have it. We are just about set for the opening kickoff, and it is brought to you by Northern States Fishing Tools, a locally owned fishing and rental tool company serving the Williston Basin since 1978. Lewis and Clark won the toss. They are going to receive. Our officials for tonight are the referee, Drew Floggin, umpire, Will Bushong, line judge, Brian Lynn, linesman, David Moore, and the back judge is Josh Nollmeyer. We are ready to go. Thanks for joining us for our Hagen Equipment pregame show. Lewis and Clark is ready. Alexander going to be breaking their huddle momentarily. And they will be kicking with the wind at their back right now. So Lewis and Clark making the decision to accept the opening kickoff, and they're going to be driving into the wind to get this one started. Jaden Champion will be kicking it deep for Alexander. Alfonso Montano back to receive for Lewis and Clark. There's the whistle.
Number 6, Jaden Champion on the field for the kickoff.
And we are underway from Alexander. It's a short kickoff taken by an up man, and a good catch there by Hank Osmondson, and he just makes sure that nothing bad happens with that. And so no return off the short kickoff, and Lewis and Clark will take.
They tried to catch him off guard there with a little squibber.
First time tonight.
But good recovery there by the
44-yard line.
Alexander Comets.
So Lewis and Clark will start it with a football at their own 44-yard line. We get our first look at quarterback. He is a senior, Drew Erickson for Lewis and Clark. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And they send a man in motion here on the first play. A couple of fakes. Erickson's going to keep it, set up a screen pass, and there's Dylan Pank. And he makes the man miss. First down and more into Alexander territory all the way down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 16 on the first play of the game.
We take a look at that RTC Network's instant replay. They put a man in motion. Quarterback Erickson finds Pank on the right flat, and he goes for a first down.
Great start for the visiting Longhorns as they just take one play and are already in Alexander territory. Once again, they send a man in motion. This time they hand it off to him. That was the wide receiver, Holden Meyer, and he fights through a couple of tackles, and he is very close to another Lewis and Clark first down. 1 yard short.
Paul Rudolph calling out the plays. Of course, he was the offensive coordinator for the UND Fighting Sioux back in the days, and was the head coach at Minot State Beavers for a while as well, plus a outstanding quarterback in its own right for the Beavers back in his days.
But not many 9-man teams that have a former college coach calling plays for them. Pretty good luxury there for Lewis and Clark. Playing ahead of the chains right here. Another handoff. This one strung out. Good job by the Alexander defense. That was good tackle by Jaden Champion. And I don't think Meyer got the first down. No gain on that play. So that'll set up 3rd and 1. So the ball still at the 31. It went from the left hash mark all the way to the right hash mark on this beautifully manicured football field here at Alexander. And this time it's going to be a snap to Meyer. He's going to keep it, and he will pick up the first down. Going up the middle, the ball came out, and Lewis and Clark able to get back on it.
Look at that RTC Network's instant replay. The ball did hit the turf, but luckily it bounced right back into the hands of the Longhorns.
Parker Nesham was Johnny on the spot there for Lewis and Clark, so they end up getting their first down, their second of the drive, and a crisis averted there. But there is a penalty.
There's going to be a
Okay.
Longhorns, as Drew Flogan lets us know what it is. I didn't really see it.
It was illegal shift was the call there. So first penalty of the game, and that certainly happens when the first game of the year. A lot of times you see some penalties. So it wasn't the bad disaster of a turnover, but it was a minor disaster with that 5-yard penalty that takes away that first down that they thought they had picked up. And now they're going to have to earn it from 5 yards deeper. 3rd and 6 from the Alexander 36. Another new quarterback in there. And there's a great defensive play by Champion once again, as Erickson kept it. And he only gains 1 yard. 4th and 5 heading into this northwest wind. Lewis and Clark will leave the offense on the field. And Randy, this is our first big play of the game right here, 4th and 5.
Yeah, you can probably see that our scoreboard isn't operating right now. We're trying to figure that out. First game for the scoreboard as well, and so we're going to try to get that figured out before too much longer, but we apologize that. We'll let you know what the scores are and what the time is on respective plays. It looks
Holden Meyer kept it. I think he's going to be short.
They don't have that thing that the NFL now.
No.
No,
He did not get it.
Stand there by the Alexander Comet.
That was Colt Champion making the stop. Meyer had a good carry, but it's going to be 1 yard short, and Alexander's defense gets a stop on their first possession of the season. And Alexander takes over at their own 31-yard line with 9:31 to go in the first quarter. No score yet on your NCC scoreboard. We get our first look at the Alexander offense, led by their quarterback, Jacob Novak. He wears number 8, and he will take the snap in a hurry. Keeps it over the right side. Nice hole. Good job by that young offensive line, creating a crease for him. A good hit by the tackler, Jack Wrench, coming in from his safety spot to tackle Novak after a first down.
Take a look at that RTC Networks instant replay. He went right up the middle with it. That is the quarterback, Jacob Novak. And I'm telling you.
I said 10 initially. We're going to give him 11 yards on that carry and a first down. Lewis and Clark picked up 1 first down on their drive. Alexander now has picked up 1 first down on their first play from scrimmage, as Novak goes under center with an I formation behind him, and they're going to hand it off to Simonson. Lewis and Clark's defensive line was ready for that one, as Brennan Osmondson gets the stop behind the line of scrimmage, a loss of 1.
Take a look at that RTC Networks instant replay. 55, that is number 55 is Levi.
Yeah, Levi Evanson.
55 is Colt Champion. He was leading the way. Good defense there by the
Yeah, TFL.
Bombers.
Yep.
Get used to that after being Bombers all through my career.
Yeah, there's new nicknames in other parts of the state, too, as well. We're going to have the Dickinson Mavericks for the first time there in AA, as Novak keeps it over the right guard, and he's going to pick up a handful of yards up to the 45, and that'll set up a 3rd down and 6.
Great play, all spotted at the 45-yard line, and they got 6 yards to go, 3rd and 6.
No score yet on your NCC scoreboard.
Just under 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Both teams have had the ball once. Lewis and Clark's first drive ended in a turnover on downs. Alexander's first drive is going on right now. Novak sends a man in motion, lets him cross the center, and then takes the snap. Novak rolls to his right, throws to his right. He's got a man, first down into Lewis and Clark territory. Good catch by Julian Gant. And that will keep the chains moving for Alexander.
Look at that replay, sponsored by RTC Networks. They put a man in motion. That's Gant going off the right flat. And Novak with a strong arm able to connect up for a first down.
First passing attempt of the drive and the season, and it's a good one. It results in the 2nd first down for Alexander. This will be the 5th play of the drive coming up here, as they are into Lewis and Clark territory as we near the midway point of quarter number 1. Novak under center with an I formation behind him. Takes the snap. He's going to toss it to Simonson, looking for some room over the right side, and he finds a little bit right near the Alexander sideline, but a good job by the Lewis and Clark defense to string that play out and force him out of bounds after a gain of just one.
Yanish forcing him out of bounds for about a 1-yard gain. Good play there defensively by the Longhorns on that play by the Comets.
Clock stops at 6:59 with that play going out of bounds. Bringing up a 2nd and 9. As a quarterback sneak. Nothing fancy there. Just Novak taking the snap, putting his head down, gaining at least 4 yards. We'll see where the spot is.
Gains about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah. Well,
that brings up a 3rd down and 4 for the Comets, trying to get another first down here in this first quarter play. Glad you've joined us on Game Day Media. 6:34 remaining in the first quarter. No score on the board right now.
already 3 carries for 21 yards for Jacob Novak. As he gets ready for the snap here, they're 1 for 1 on their 3rd down conversions. They're going to throw another pass. Oh, I think the wind got that one a little bit, taking it over the head of intended receiver Colin Spell.
Decision time now for the coach, Trey Jacobson, as they're 4th down and 4, and they're sitting on the Longhorns' 39-yard line, and so probably too close to punt it, so why not give it a try here on 4th down and 4?
Yeah, I like this. 4 yards isn't too terribly long. We saw him convert a 3rd and 5 earlier in the drive. With the wind at the back, it's always hard to know where a punt is going to go. So I like this decision here by head coach Trey Jacobson. A new quarterback on that play. No, that was Novak. Yep, that was Novak. Yep.
He's shaking his head right now. He knew he had a first down, but he just couldn't connect up with Julian Gant. And turns the ball over, so both teams have made defensive stands here as they go back over to the Lewis and Clark-Berthold Longhorns for their 2nd offensive possession of the game.
They start this one at their own 39 with 6:13 to go in quarter number 1. Their first drive picked up 1 first down, and they did gain 30 yards before that drive stalled out. And pretty good.
Oh, he's not getting up too fast right now. He's still on the ground. That gives us a time to send it back to our sports desk, where we're going to take a little time while they attend to the player on the field for Lewis and Clark. We'll come back after this quick timeout.
At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app, and as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs, with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Stop by our office in Watford City and visit with Eric Mogan and Brady Monroe to see how we can help. This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Watford City and Alexander Athletics on Game Day Media. Call financial advisor Doug Rolfson at 701-444-4160 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Yep. Welcome back to Alexander. Lengthy injury time out there as Dalen Janisch was injured on that play, unfortunately. And he was able to make it back to the sidelines.
Look at that drive there.
That's going to be another first down for Lewis and Clark. Good running by Sam Wrench.
Wrench put his head down, crossed the midcourt stripe. Ball sitting on the Comets' 49-yard line. So first down for Lewis and Clark as Paul Rudolph barking out the plays, sending in the plays. He's used to doing that. And shotgun formation now.
Second first down for the Longhorns so far tonight. It'll be Erickson with a handoff fake. He keeps it and goes nowhere. Good job by the Alexander defense reading that play. Charlie Klein was the first man into the backfield, the freshman with the TFL. Loss of 1.
Yeah, he was looking to find a hole there, and there was just no hole for Erickson to go up there, and they sacked him for a loss of 1. Second down and 11.
5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. No score yet. Both teams have had the ball once, and the drive ended in a turnover on down. Second drive of the game right now for Lewis and Clark as they're heading into this northwest wind in Alexander. Shotgun formation. So again, they go with Meyer, and he's got a big hole up the middle. 30,
he's
25, 20,
15,
10, 5, touchdown, a 50-yard touchdown run by Holden Meyer.
He got the ball, broke the first tackle, and took it to the house. As you look at our RTC Network's instant replay, he's gone.
Good job blocking up front. That's a Cornerstone Bank touchdown. Thank you to Cornerstone Bank for sponsoring our touchdowns here this football season. 6-0, Lewis and Clark on that 50-yard touchdown run by Holden Meyer.
They set up to go for 2. Ball spotted at the 3-yard line. And Erickson in shotgun formation.
Well, on the left hash mark, fakes the handoff, and he's going to get sacked. Good play by the defense. There, that was Jaden Champion, and he keeps the score at 6-0. NCC scoreboard shows Lewis and Clark 6, Alexander 0. We'll be back with a kickoff after this.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Hey Dad, will you check the cows?
Use this instead, Grandpa. The cows look fine, Dad.
In my day, we had to sleep in the barn to check the cows.
Combining tradition and technology, respecting the past, while embracing the future. RTC Networks.
Quick strike by Lewis and Clark. That drive was 4 plays, 61 yards in a minute and 34 seconds off the clock. 50-yard touchdown run by Holden Meyer gets the scoring started. Good stop by Julian Gant and the Alexander defense to end the scoring right there. It's 6-0, Jaden Champion. And Jaden Champion's going to watch that kickoff go right by him. It's picked up near the 35-yard line by Julian Gant and Alexander.
Good coverage there by Jackson Coble, the
outside linebacker, tight end, a sophomore for the Bombers, eliminating the run back. So another opportunity here for the Comets. First down and 10 as they're going to spot the ball at the 41-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for Alexander.
Started their first drive at their own 31-yard line. They got into Lewis and Clark territory, but had the drive stall out on downs. And they will try to make it a little bit further down the field this time as Novak goes under center. Play action fake, rolls to his right. Oh,
knocked down there by Pank.
Play by Pank. There was at least one Alexander Comet, if not two, open down the field, but Pank able to reject that pass and knock it down incomplete. Novak now 1 for 4 passing the football for 10 yards. He completed his first pass of the game, but has thrown 3 incompletions since then. And boy, our TNT Measurements player spotlight has been accurate so far for this Lewis and Clark team, with Dylan Pank doing it on both ends of the football.
3:54 left on the clock here in the first quarter.
Ethan Gillespie goes under center, tosses it to Novak. So Novak, from a few yards behind the line of scrimmage, takes the football, and look at that. It takes 5 Longhorns to bring him down. Nice run by Novak, gain of 5.
You remember last year during that playoff game between Kenmare, Bowbellsburg Central, and Alexander, Novak come up. I think he ended his shoulder, but Gillespie come in and really sparked the Comets to that victory. So he's used to playing in high-pressure situations, comes in and leads the team like he's supposed to do.
Yeah, it's nice to have multiple options at every position, and Alexander has that. As they set up now for a 3rd and 5, they need to get the Lewis and Clark 49-yard line in order to keep this drive alive. Novak takes the snap, rolls near side, tosses it incomplete off the hands of Colin Spell. There is a flag down, so we'll check what the penalty is with our referee, Drew Floggant.
Illegal shift. It looks like they may want to decline it. He's looking for guidance from Paul Rudolph, the head coach. They're going to decline the penalty, so it'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Comets.
So the incomplete pass stands, and now it will be 4th down. So 4th and 5, 4th play of this drive, and it's a big play coming up here. Could be a huge swing in momentum depending on how this 4th down play turns out. And they're going to come out in punt formation. No, they aren't. That's just the pistol look. Yep, I was looking at the man behind Novak, and he's going to throw it over the middle. It's caught! Down to the 25-yard line. They needed 5, and they got 29.
What a great connection there between Novak and number 6, Jaden Champion, senior to senior, providing great leadership here today.
Down inside the 25, down to the 24. 3rd first down of the game for Alexander. Novak goes under center, tosses it. Pretty big hole there, and Simonson is going to go around the opening and get pushed out of bounds by Nesham after a good gain on first down. Rope Simonson with his 3rd carry of the game.
Kind of tight quarters up here in this beautiful press box. Sometimes we don't get all the views. We're going to try to get all the views for you guys, but we're kind of limited to what we're limited in. So, but we're beautiful accommodations here.
11-yard carry, first down. Novak this time keeps it up the middle, and he gets near the 10-yard line as Alexander is in the red zone.
2nd down and 6.
Novak is getting positive yardage on every carry. He's now up to 5 carries for 30 yards, averaging 6 yards per carry. That 4-yard carry there was actually his shortest yardage carry so far tonight.
2nd down now for the Comets as they huddle up
Great huddle.
Under 2 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Your NCC scoreboard shows Lewis and Clark 6, Alexander nothing. But Alexander knocking on the door. Movement up front. No flag thrown. Now there is a flag thrown.
They are going to throw the flag. That'll stop the clock as they decide what they're going to do. I'm sure they're going to accept the penalty and move them back 5.
To me, it looked like the defense moved first, but maybe there was some offensive movement. Let's see. Clock is stopped with 1:38. Yeah, it is against Lewis and Clark.
Encroachment on the defense. Having used the ball half the distance to the goal line, it remains 2nd down.
So the penalty is against Lewis and Clark. And here goes Novak around the left side. He is in there. Touchdown, Alexander. 5-yard run.
5-yard touchdown run
By Jacob Novak, and they have tied this one up at 6-6 with that Cornerstone Bank touchdown. Novak now 6 carries for 35 yards and a touchdown. They'll go for 2, and they won't get it. That was Pank getting into the backfield there, blowing that play up. So both teams have scored a touchdown and then been denied on a 2-point conversion. Great one here in Alexander. Thanks for joining us on Game Day Media.
At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
7-play drive that took up 59 yards. And Alexander has tied it up with that Jacob Novak touchdown. Holden Meyer receives the kickoff back near the 15-yard line. Cuts to the near side across the 20 to the 25. Good hit initially by Julian Gant to limit that return to about a 10-yard return for Lewis and Clark. Lewis and Clark with the ball now once again, getting ready for their 3rd offensive drive of this opening quarter. With 1:25 to go in quarter number 1, all tied up at 6-6 on your NCC scoreboard. Thanks for joining us here this evening, wherever you might be, locally or anywhere around the world on YouTube. Quick pass to the left side is going to fall incomplete. Heading into the wind intended for Montano. Good coverage provided there by Colin Spell. And I think the wind also helped knock that Erickson pass down. Brings up 2nd and 10. 91 yards of offense so far for Lewis and Clark. 75 of them have been on the ground. 16 total passing yards. First drive ended in a turnover on downs. Their second drive resulted in the first touchdown of the ball game. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Erickson sends one of those 2 receivers in motion. He keeps it himself. Big hole. He's across the 30. Tackled from behind by Jaden Champion. Julian Gant a little bit slow in getting up for Alexander. And he's got exactly enough yardage that he needed for a first down.
Look at that
first down.
Look at that RTC
Lewis
Networks
Clark.
instant replay carrying three Comets with him as he gains that first down for the Longhorns.
Third carry of the game for Erickson. He is now up to 10 yards after a 1-yard loss and a 1-yard gain on his first two. Keeps it again. This time tackled from behind by Novak after a gain of 1. Pickup of 1 yard there, and Erickson slow in getting up, and it looks like we're going to have another injury timeout, 42.2 seconds to go in the
That'll
first
give
quarter.
us a chance to thank some of our live reads here, including
Yeah, Watford's, the McKenzie County Heritage Park and North Dakota Oil Museum. Step back into time and explore the history of our area at the McKenzie County Heritage Park and North Dakota Oil Museum. They're open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 to 5. This will be a handoff to Meyer coming to the near side. Big collision near the 40-yard line by Getzlaff and
it's a gain of 5.
Julian Gant.
Gain of 5 on that after they put a new quarterback in. I believe that was number 12, Hank Osmondson, that was put in at the quarterback slot, or actually it's number 17, Jack Wrench, as the backup quarterback as they tend to the starting quarterback, Drew Erickson.
Yep, and it looks like that'll be the end of the first quarter. So an exciting quarter. We saw
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been
set up at 6-6. And we'll be back. We'll have your second quarter right after this. You're watching Game Day Media.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app, and as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs, with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Stop by our office in Watford City and visit with Eric Mogan and Brady Monroe to see how we can help.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop.
Welcome back to Game Day Media's coverage of 9-man high school football. My name is Titus Tenberg alongside Randy Peterson. Got a great crew with us up here in the booth. Jackson Lee, our producer, Curtis Long, our main cameraman, and James Myers doing a little bit of everything for us here this evening.
As
our first game of the year.
Yeah, as we get ready to start our second quarter. That's sponsored by Northern States Fishing Tools, locally owned fishing and rental tool company serving the Williston Basin since 1978.
Meyer with the keeper and a big play to start the second quarter for Lewis and Clark as he gets from his own 41-yard line all the way into Alexander territory. Gain at 22 before Julian Gant brings him down. Another big play from Meyer. He had the 50-yard touchdown run that got Lewis and Clark on the board. Here he picks up their fifth first down of the game.
First and 10, ball sitting at the 37-yard line.
That gets Lewis and Clark across the century mark for rushing yards, now up to 113. That time, Alexander was ready. Good tackle by Caden Culbertson after a pickup of about 3.
Erickson trots back out for the Longhorns, assumes the quarterback position.
Yeah, we've had 2 injury timeouts for Lewis and Clark.
Got a score up in Divide County. The Maroons taking, with 2 minutes left in the first quarter, they're up 8-0 against the Surrey Mustangs. Another game watched here on Game Day Media.
Erickson fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, gets it down to about the 30.
Good sign of sportsmanship there, helped up off the field by the Alexander Comets tacklers. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Charlie Klein, the freshman there, has been fun to watch on Alexander's defensive side of the football. Where's number 13 on the near side. And he'll look to make another stop here on this 3rd down and 4 play from the 31. Erickson rolls to his right, has time, throws it over there, incomplete. Excellent defense provided by Caden Culbertson.
Hey, I don't know if this is a good sign or not, but the Vikings are ahead of the Tennessee Titans 3-0 at the end of the first quarter.
Hey, we'll take it.
Go Vikes, go.
It's preseason, but
yeah.
Anytime.
Final preseason game of the year. Next, take a week off, I suppose, and then they start up on the 5th or 6th of September.
Yeah,
playing for real.
Monday night starter for the Vikings as they take on the Bears. Big play here, 4th and 4. Meyer bobbles the snap, picks it up, reverses it to Erickson, and he goes backwards. What a tackle for loss by Jaden Champion.
Got to look at that one on RTC Network's instant replay again. And wow, he read that one coming, and that's a turnover on downs as the Comets will be able to take over on downs. Look at that tackle.
Great play by Jaden Champion. Alexander's offense comes back onto the field, starting to strive at their own 39-yard line.
Game temperature 68 degrees. They are down in Alexander, the home of the Comets, and beautiful complex down here at Alexander. We've really been made feel welcome by the athletic director, Terrell Jacobson, and her crew here at Alexander.
Novak under center. Oh my goodness!
Moly.
The ball came out. Was he down? No signal yet. He was down. Boy, can we watch that one?
Yeah, we're looking at it again right now.
That was close, so they do rule him down.
I think head coach Paul Ruloff was talking to the referees about dinner plans after the game tonight.
They rule him down after that big tackle for loss. Boy, we really heard the pads popping on that one. It is opening night. These guys are sick and tired of practicing against each other. They're excited to play against the opponent. Here comes Novak on the near side. He crosses the 40, reaches across the 45 near the 46. Good carry on 2nd and 12.
That'll be a gain of about 7 yards for Mr. Novak. It'll bring up 3rd down and a long 3.
That makes it 3rd and 3.
Ball spotted at the 46. Novak now with 7 carries, 44 yards, and a touchdown. His shortest carry has been a gain of 4.
Wow. Keep running it, man.
9:25 to go in the second quarter. We're all tied up at 6 apiece. And a big play here on this 3rd and short. Novak sends Spell in motion. Takes the snap. Hand off to Simonson. He's hit the backfield again.
It's almost like the Longhorns are in the huddle of the Comets.
Sam Wrench with the tackle for loss on Simonson that time. And we've seen both some good plays and some not so good plays from this Alexander offensive line here tonight, which kind of expect with a young, inexperienced team.
Yeah.
They've done some nice things, but they've missed a few assignments as well.
That was a missed block there.
Yeah, now it's going to be 4th and about 8.
They're not going to set up for the punt. Maybe it'll be a quick kick. I don't know.
They're going to go for it. Heading into the wind, Novak rolls to his left, throws to his left. He's got a man, but he's going to be a yard short. Outstanding tackle by Alfonso Montano, who wraps up Gant just short of the line to gain.
Take a look again on the instant replay there. Quarterback Novak just short, 1 yard short. Good stop there by Montano with that stop.
Great open field tackle that ends that drive and a turnover on downs. And so far, each team has matched what the other one has done, drive for drive. Turnover on downs with a turnover on downs, and then a touchdown with a touchdown, and now a turnover on downs met with a turnover on downs. High snap, Meyer dropped it, and we've got our first turnover of the game. A fumble recovery for the Comets. Jaden Champion.
That was all over Jaden Champion as the snap was high over the head of the quarterback, Holden Meyer. He couldn't come up with it. Champion there to recover it, and that's a big turnover, for the Comets.
And they're going to start this drive in Lewis and Clark territory. At the 45-yard line, a big play there as Champion gets the fumble recovery. And we'll see if the Comets can take advantage of the momentum that their defense gave them. Novak goes under center. Spell goes in motion behind him. Novak takes the snap, hands it off to Simonson. Good block by Getzlaff, his fullback. And Simonson with some positive yardage down to the 40-yard line, tackled by Hank Osmondson.
That's a good bit of running as he found the blockers in front of him and used what they're supposed to do. They used the block, and he picks up 5 on a great first down carry of 5 yards.
Simonson up to 6 carries for 11 yards now so far tonight on the ground, and puts his team in front of the chains now with a 2nd and 5 opportunity. And that got them just over the 100-yard mark of total offense so far today. 101 yards, 55 of them have been on the ground. Novak is going to be hit and have his shortest carry of the game.
That's another good stop there by the Longhorns, dropping Novak for no gain, and that's quite an achievement if you can. That's quite a feat if you can do that against Mr. Novak.
McPank along with Parker Nesham in on that stop there for this Longhorn defense. We're going to have our first timeout of the ball game. This year, your timeouts are brought to you by LPL Financial. We'll be back for more. You're watching Game Day Media.
This is live.
Since 1978, Northern States Fishing Tools of Watford City has been your trusted partner in the oil field. Serving the Wollaston Basin, we offer top quality fishing and rental tools, including packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. With expert knowledge and decades of experience, we deliver results tailored to your needs, all at competitive prices. Give us a call, 701-842-3350, or visit northernstatesfishingtools.com.
Welcome back to Alexander. It'll be Gillespie tossing it to Novak. Out of the timeout, he's got a first down over the left side. Good blocking, good running. And Novak carries it for a first down after having a carry for no gain. He made up for it there with a pickup of 8.
Good bit of running there for the another first down.
It's their 6th of the game. And they get a 3rd down conversion right there. They'll stick with Gillespie under center. Handoff goes to Novak, hit by Wrench, and then stood up, driven backwards by Brennan Osmondson. Short carry on that one for Novak. Brings up 2nd and 9. This will be the 5th play of the drive. Started at the 45-yard line after the fumble recovery. With 8:22 left, we are now down to 6:28 left in this first half, all tied up at 6-6 on your NCC scoreboard. The Clouds have kind of given up fighting with the sun here, so we're going to be looking into the sun from our vantage point here for the remainder of this first half. We'll see what the second half looks like, as there's going to be a big hole for Gillespie, and he runs through one tackle, stays on his feet. Good carry inside the 30. Near the 29. A lot of running there on that one for Gillespie. His first carry of the game, picks up 3. So this will be 3rd down and 5 for Alexander. They're 1 for 1 on 3rd down conversion so far on this drive. Big play here as Alexander is going to try to put a touchdown on the board late in this first half. And a 5:25 remaining before halftime. One receiver wide to the left. Novak from the pistol takes the snap, looks left, is hit, and that ball is going to fall incomplete harmlessly in the middle of the field as Lewis and Clark sent a blitz on that one. And Novak's pass falls incomplete. He's now 3 of 8 for 46 yards. And it's 4th down. Driving into the wind. And they're going to leave their offense on the field. Go for it on 4th down and 5. Spell wide to the right. All right, good job, guys. Here's Novak. He's going to bounce off a tackler. He's got a first down. Great job by Jacob Novak. He needed 5 yards, and he got way more than that. Taking it from the 27 all the way down to the 15. Gain of 12, keeps the chains moving. 2nd first down of the drive. And Alexander is into the red zone. All tied up 6-6.
Good game here.
Really good game so far. These teams playing like some experienced teams here. Doesn't look like the first game of the year for most of the plays that we've seen here so far in this one. Novak keeping it, gets a good block, bounces it to the outside, and Lewis and Clark able to send him out of bounds once again. That'll stop the clock. Bring up 2nd down and about 4. Give him a gain of 7 there. So it brings up 2nd down and 3 with the ball on the right hash mark. Down to the 8-yard line. Clock is stopped after that play went out of bounds.
These teams like to run to the right.
Yes.
That's where the strength is. You're looking at number 55. Look at the size of that young man.
Strami will snap it to Novak. Handoff to Getzlaff, the fullback. Again going right, and he breaks a tackle, dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Comets!
Take a look at that RTC Network's instant replay again.
Corey Getzlaff, first carry of the ball game, and he turns it into 6 points from 8 yards out. Touchdown, Alexander.
Great job by our cameraman.
And that was the corner we were worried about.
Yeah.
In our pregame action, we weren't sure that we were going to be able to get the sights down in that corner, and that's where that touchdown is scored. They're going to try for 2, again going right, and Novak is in. 2-pointer for the Comets.
Take a look at that. It didn't take long for Novak to find that hole behind number 55. A Colt champion, the junior, stands about 6'7". It's hard to miss him out there, but he puts the Comets on top. Your score at the 4:47 mark. It's NCC scoreboard. The Comets 14 and the Longhorns 6. We'll be back after this timeout.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Watford City and Alexander Athletics on Game Day Media. Call financial advisor Doug Rolfson at 701-444-4160 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
As we come back, the Comets take the lead at the 4:47 mark of the first half. They'll be kicking off to the Longhorns as the Comets able to punch in the 6-point touchdown, followed by the 2-point conversion to make the score 14-6. Here's a little squib kick. It's an open territory and a chance for the Comets to come up with it. And the ball,
it's still loose.
It's still loose, and see the hands people down there.
How did that stay in bounds?
And they're going to have a discussion on it. The ball is going to be down right there, and
right in front of the Lewis and Clark sideline. Colin Spell had an excellent chance.
I don't know if we got an instant replay on that or not, but they might want to come up here and watch it.
Colin Spell had an excellent chance at it. Oh, and they are going to award it to Lewis and Clark. I wonder if it went out of bounds.
Well, I don't know if they had control of it and maybe stepped out of bounds. I don't know if there wasn't control. You know,
that was a hot potato right there.
But a good job there by the officials to gather together, get their thoughts and their heads together, and make the right call.
I was just watching the ball, so I wasn't watching where the sideline was, and it was just amazing how many hands that ball went through, and eventually they do award it to Lewis and Clark. They'll start this
That's a break for
their own 4-4.
That's a break for the Longhorns.
So this drive will start at the 4:47 mark. Meyer at quarterback will keep it. Gets stood up by Getzlaff, the man who just scored the touchdown on the offensive side of the football. Makes the stop there on defense for Alexander after a gain of 2.
They've made a change as Drew Erickson started the game out at quarterback, but now number 21, that is Holden Meyer, that's been taking the snaps as of late.
They've been alternating a little bit. Looks like Erickson will be back there for this second down and 8 play. They're keeping us announcers on our toes. That's good for a first game of the year. Yeah. And now they're going to send Meyer in motion. He will take the handoff from Erickson. Coming near side. Great defense by Alexander. Charlie Klein. Boy, he's just a freshman, but he has been fun to watch on the defensive side of the football for these Alexander Comets. Great tackle there.
Got a score in from South Prairie and Minot at the I don't know, the score is 18-14. There's no time on it, but if you download that North Dakota Score Feed app, you can keep track of just about every game in the state of North Dakota. Football, volleyball, basketball. What a great app. You can see their ticker on our broadcast here.
And another defensive stop by Alexander as Erickson is sacked by Ethan Gillespie, the junior, with the tackle for a big loss on that one. And this Alexander team is having a great defensive drive right here.
Gillespie able to wrap up the quarterback for a big old loss.
And I think we're going to see our first punt of the game. Dylan Pank back in punting formation with the wind at his back. Colin Spell back to receive for Alexander. And this would be huge if Alexander can get some good field position after this punt. They have plenty of time to work with before halftime as they lead at 14-6. Pank runs to the right. Good punt. High punt. Spell calls for a fair catch. Lets it go over his head. Good decision. Well, I thought it was going to go in the end zone. It doesn't. Oh, what a punt from Dylan Pank.
Almost like a Aussie punt there.
That's a 56-yard punt, Randy.
Yeah. Ball kept rolling and rolling and rolling, but a great punt in setting the Comets back deep in their own territory here with just under 3 minutes to go here.
Yeah, 2:49 on the second quarter clock. The way that one came after the first bounce, I thought it was heading to the end zone for sure, but instead it dies at the 4-yard line. Excellent play by the Lewis and Clark Longhorns special teams. And Alexander has 96 yards to go if they want to add to this 14-6 lead. 2:49 left to go in the first half. Some movement up front. Which team moved first? If it's against Alexander, it is. It'll be half the distance to the goal, and now they're going to have to go 98 yards to try to add to this 14-6 lead. First accepted penalty of the game. Yeah, that's been a good sign for these teams. Lewis and Clark only with 2 accepted penalties. Alexander, that's the first one accepted against them. Novak standing in his own end zone. Takes the snap, goes right up the middle. And he's got in between the hash marks there a good gain. The pile keeps moving. Look at Novak putting his head down. And that's a gain of 17. That's a way to get your team some breathing room.
Take a look at that RTC Network's instant replay. He just moves the pile, keeps those legs a driving. Like he said, he's a load to bring down this leader for the Alexander Comets.
And that changes the strategy there. You know, for a while, when you're in the shadow of your own goal line, you have to be thinking about field position, just hanging onto the football. Right now, with a big play like that, they can think about turning this into a scoring drive if they get another big play or two here. Still over 2 minutes left to play in the second quarter. Alexander leading at 14-6 on your NCC scoreboard. Handoff to Getzlaff. He had a Cornerstone Bank touchdown the last time he touched the ball. Doesn't get one this time as we've got a timeout. Timeouts are brought to you by Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial. And we'll be back for more from Alexander after this short timeout.
Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top-quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more. Located in Alexander, North Dakota.
When the job demands power and precision, turn to Hagen Equipment in Watford City, your proud Case IH and Bobcat dealers. From equipment rentals to a full service department and an extensive parts inventory, Hagen Equipment has what you need to get the job done right. Stop by 805 South Main Street in Watford or visit HagenEquipment.com. Hagen Equipment. Work ready, field proven.
There you go. And that brings us out of the timeout. LPL Financial with Shiloh Chavez, our sponsor of our timeouts down here. Stop by and see her at LLP Financial, Shiloh Chavez.
LPL. There we go. Yep.
LPL.
Yeah, lots of initials in different places.
GameDay Media is LLP.
That's right.
Sorry about that, Shiloh. You get it.
That's right. 2nd and 10 for the Comets coming out of that Lewis and Clark timeout. Quick pass, left side. Oh, good adjustment, and the catch is made for an Alexander first down. Julian Gant brings that one in, and there is another big play. Second big play of this drive.
I almost thought he got away with offensive push. Tried to clear it, got himself cleared by pushing off the defender and was able to come down with it. But the laundry stays in the back pocket.
Third catch of this first half for Julian Gant. Second first down of the drive, and now a hurry-up offense from Alexander. Novak with some running room. He's got a first down and more. Across midfield into Lewis and Clark territory down to the 44-yard line. And this drive continues.
Tackle me if you can, boys. Get on. The train is running.
21 yards and a cloud of dust there for Jacob Novak. And look at this. This drive started at the 4. It backed up to the 2 after the penalty. And now they are in Lewis and Clark territory after 3 big plays. Looking for a fourth. Novak over the left side is going to get a good gain on first down. Dropped just shy of first down yardage. But this is turning out to be quite a drive for Alexander. And obviously you'd like to score, but time being a factor,
right?
The number of plays will be somewhat limited. But regardless of how this drive ends, it has been a display of offensive power by Alexander on this possession. Second down and a long 2. Novak keeping it over the left side. He's got a first down, and he will angle his way towards the sideline. Smart decision there to stop the clock. Gets out near the 30 after a gain of 7.
And now we're going to have a stoppage in play, and this time it'll be a timeout by the Longhorns as Paul Rudolph wants to gather his defensive team up and talk about trying to stop Jacob Novak. We'll be back.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
Welcome back to Alexander as we're near the end of this second quarter. We've got another live read sponsor for you. It's WCAG Church. One church, multiple locations. You can join us in Watford City or in Fairview, Montana, Belfield, North Dakota, or Kenmare, North Dakota. Times are on your screen there for Sunday services and more. We'd love to see you at WCAG. Another first down for this Alexander Comet offense. And we're down to 53.2 seconds left in the first half. Alexander leading it on your NCC scoreboard, 14-6. Trying to add another Cornerstone Bank touchdown before halftime. Novak.
Pitch.
Option. The pitch is caught by Simonson. Not a lot of running room. Good tackle by Alfonso Montano.
Boy, we've called his name a couple times so far, making some pretty big sticks coming up from that, looks like an outside linebacker position. Another timeout on the field.
So that one will be taken by Alexander. And we're down to 37.5 seconds. Another LPL financial timeout brought to you by Shiloh Chavez. We'll be back with second down after this.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries,
But maybe don't.
you could plant your field by hand,
But maybe don't?
you could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank.
But maybe don't?
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
Coming out of the timeout, the Comets under the direction of head coach Trey Jacobson, the Lewis and Clark-Berthold Longhorns, yeah, you heard that right, the Longhorns, under the direction of head coach Paul Rudolph. Rudolph trying to convince his defensive team they got to make a stop here, and a score by the Comets would be great momentum going into the halftime locker room.
2nd and 11. Dylan Strami will snap it to Ethan Gillespie, lined up in the quarterback spot with Novak behind him. Gillespie looks to Novak, throws it over his head and over the head of the intended receiver, Jaden Champion. Incomplete pass, stops the clock.
That was a good spot. It was the only one that was going to be able to get it was the Alexander Comets champion, as the ball was thrown just over the head of the outstretched arms of Jaden, but Gillespie back in at quarterback as Novak probably goes into the running back position at the tailback position.
So 3rd and 11. Still have 33.2 seconds left to play in this second quarter. Gillespie again at quarterback, throws it deep over the left side. It's caught!
Oh, just short of the end zone, but boy, they can smell the end zone now as Julian Gant goes high to pull down that pass by Gillespie. And we're close to a touchdown as the clock continues to run.
29-yard connection. Clock runs inside 30 seconds. And we'll see. It'll be a keeper.
Comes the tush push. Touchdown.
He's in there. Touchdown, Alexander Comets.
I didn't even see who it was. Maybe our RTC Network's instant replay will be able to figure that out, huh?
Yep. It was Novak, I believe. But yeah, that happened in a hurry. We're going to give it to Novak now. We'll double check it during our Nodak Insurance halftime show, but we're going to give Novak the 1-yard touchdown run. Either way, it's a Cornerstone Bank touchdown that puts Alexander ahead. This time Novak will keep it around to the left side. Now he backpedals, throws it up for grabs. It's caught, and he's in there. Jaden Champion with a catch. What a play by Novak to keep that play alive and turn it into 2 points. What an outstanding drive by this Alexander Comet offense. It started back at the 4, backed up to the 2, 96-yard drive, and it ends in a Cornerstone Bank touchdown. Alexander leads at 22-6.
At Johnson and Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service.
Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota.
What a drive by the Alexander Comets. 11 plays, 96 yards, 2 minutes, 38 seconds off the clock. 1 yard touchdown run by Jacob Novak, his second of this first half. And then almost an even more impressive play on that 2-point conversion as Novak finds Champion on that. So many big plays to talk about on that drive. We won't be able to do it right now. Hopefully during our halftime show, we'll be able to recap what an outstanding drive that was. As here's another short kickoff. It gets through the first line of defense, and it's still loose. And it will be covered up by number 33, Jackson Coble.
Well, you said it right, Titus. You know, you don't want to leave too much time on the clock as you near the end of the first half. But a great job here by Alexander putting more points on the board and taking a kind of a commanding lead on your NCC scoreboard, 22-6.
Yep, 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions for Alexander in this second quarter. And now the Longhorns have 10 seconds to work with, and they're going to go backwards. Huge sack by Jaden Champion, and that will do it for our first half as the time expires on your NCC scoreboard. Great first half for the Alexander Comets, both teams scoring in the first quarter, but Alexander scoring 2 unanswered touchdowns along with 2 2-point conversions in the second quarter to take a 16-point lead with them to halftime. Our halftime show is brought to you by Nodak Insurance Company with your agent in McKenzie County, Eric Mogan. We will talk about this first half, get you a scoring recap and some stats and a whole bunch more. Stick around for halftime. You're watching Game Day Media.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app, and as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs, with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Stop by our office in Watford City and visit with Eric Mogan and Brady Monroe to see how we can help.
Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more, located in Alexander, North Dakota.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries,
But maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand,
But maybe don't?
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank,
But maybe don't?
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
Game Day Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through GameDay Media. Together, we make a winning team.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA.
We're blurry.
Welcome back to Alexander. Welcome into your halftime show. It's brought to you by Eric Mogan with the Nodak Insurance Company. Our mission is to meet the lifetime financial needs of our clients by providing competitive products and outstanding service. What a first half there in our season opening game. Let's take a look at the scoring recap. Lewis and Clark scored first with a 4-play, 61-yard drive that took a minute and 34 seconds off the clock, scoring on a big play, a 50-yard touchdown run by Holden Meyer. Alexander got a defensive stop on the two-point conversion attempt, and that made it 6-0 Lewis and Clark with 4:39 left in the first quarter. Alexander answered right back with a 7-play, 59-yard drive that took 3 minutes off the clock, scoring on a 5-yard touchdown run by Jacob Novak. Their two-point conversion attempt also failed, and that made it a 6-6 tie with a minute and 31 seconds left in the first quarter. That was our score after 1 quarter of play. Then in the second quarter, it was all Alexander as they scored on a 9-play, 45-yard touchdown drive that took 3 minutes and 35 seconds off the clock. Scoring play on that drive was an 8-yard touchdown run by Corey Getzloff. Jacob Novak added the two-point conversion with a two-point run that made it 14-6. Alexander with 4:47 left in the second quarter. And then a really impressive drive to end the scoring in that second quarter. Ended up being an 11-play, 96-yard touchdown drive that took 2 minutes and 38 seconds off the clock. Scoring on a 1-yard touchdown run by Jacob Novak. And then Jacob Novak making another impressive play on the two-point conversion as he connected with Jaden Champion to add the two-pointer and make it 22-6 Alexander with 11 seconds left. So scoring by quarter, 6 each in the first quarter for both teams, and then 16 for Alexander in the second quarter while Lewis and Clark was not able to score. It adds up to our halftime score of 22-6. Alexander leading Lewis and Clark. Let's take a look at some first half stats. Starting off with Alexander, 236 total yards of offense, 146 rushing yards, 90 passing yards.
Wow.
Through the air, Jacob Novak completed 4 of 9 attempts for 61 yards. Ethan Gillespie, 1 of 2 for 29 yards. Julian Gant, the leading receiver, 4 catches for 61 yards. Jaden Champion adding 1 reception for 29 yards. So an impressive receiving first half there for the Alexander Comet offense with 5 catches for 90 yards. On the ground, listen to this stat line from Jacob Novak. 17 carries, 125 yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns. 1.5 for Novak. Then it was Rope Simonson with 7 carries for 10 yards. Corey Getzloff, 2 carries for 8 yards and a touchdown. Ethan Gillespie with 1 carry for 3 yards. As a team, 27 rushes, 146 yards for the Alexander Comets. They averaged 5.4 yards per carry to go along with their 18 yards per reception. Quite an offensive display in the first half for this Comet offense. Defensively, they had a fumble recovery. It was Jaden Champion that recovered a fumble, and that was the only turnover of the first half. and that gave them some good momentum. Only one accepted penalty against Alexander. It was a false start that moved them half the distance to the goal. It's only 2 yards. So one penalty for 2 yards for Alexander. Well, let's take a look at the other side for Lewis and Clark. The Longhorns put together 122 yards of total offense, 106 rushing yards, 16 passing yards. They were hampered a little bit by a couple of injury concerns to Dalen Janisch and to Drew Erickson. Erickson did end up completing one of his 3 passing attempts in the first half for 16 yards. That was caught by Dylan Pank on their first passing play of the game. He threw 2 incompletions after that, so 1 for 3 for 16 yards. Holden Meyer played some quarterback in the first half, and he also had the biggest plays of the first half for Lewis and Clark with a 50-yard touchdown carry and a 22-yard carry as well. He ended the half with 8 carries for 92 yards and a touchdown. For Sam Wrench, he carried it 3 times for 15 yards. And elsewhere, it was Drew Erickson. He ended up carrying the ball 8 times. He lost 1 yard as he was sacked a couple of times. He did have a 10-yard carry, was his longest carry of the game. And after it was all said and done, 8 carries for -1 yards as he was sacked 4 times by that Alexander Comet defense. Totaling it up, it was 19 carries for 106 yards for the Lewis and Clark rushing offense, averaging 5.6 yards per carry. Just the 1 completion, as mentioned, for 16 yards. They had a good, clean first half as far as penalties goes as well. Just 2 penalties against them for 9 yards. They did have the 1 turnover. That was a lost fumble. It's turning into a beautiful night here in Alexander as the wind is going down. The sun is going to be setting pretty soon. We might get a good look at the sun right before the sunset. Yes. But for the opening minutes of the second half, we'll probably be looking at the western North Dakota sun. I thought the clouds were going to hide it for a while for us, but it looks like we'll get a good look at the sun as we come back for the third quarter of play. Both teams still getting some instructions from their coaching staffs as it's a 22-6 lead for Alexander in the season opener. Thanks for joining us here this evening on Game Day Media.
Since 1978, Northern States Fishing Tools of Watford City has been your trusted partner in the oil field. Serving the Wollaston Basin, we offer top quality fishing and rental tools, including packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. With expert knowledge and decades of experience, we deliver results tailored to your needs, all at competitive prices. Give us a call, 701-842-3350, or visit northernstatesfishingtools.com. Northern States Fishing Tools, quality tools, proven service.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Dad.
Can you hang out with Grandpa for a bit? I'm down in the barn.
Sounds good.
Okay, I'll be up there in a bit.
RTC Networks capture cameras. Keep an eye on what you care about.
NCC Video is everything you love about cable TV in a portable package. Watch shows live or record them wherever you are, whether you're at home or on the go, even out of state. No more fighting over what's on TV, because everyone can watch what they want, when they want, on their own devices, all for the same price or less than you're paying today. We'll even get you set up at home and show you how to use it. NCC Video. Take your TV with you.
When the job demands power and precision, turn to Hagen Equipment in Watford City, your proud Case IH and Bobcat dealer. From equipment rentals to a full service department and an extensive parts inventory, Hagen Equipment has what you need to get the job done right. Stop by 805 South Main Street in Watford or visit HagenEquipment.com. Hagen Equipment, work ready, field proven.
Welcome back to Game Day Media's coverage of Alexander Comet football, along with Lewis and Clark here this evening, where we've got 3 Alexander games lined up for you on the regular season schedule, complemented by 6 Watford City football games and 1 Killdeer Cowboy game lined up here on a 10-game regular season schedule. If you want to be a sponsor, join us. Visit with myself, Titus Stenberg, or Randy Peterson or David Peterson. Find us online or contact us through Facebook or YouTube there. We'll get you some details on how you can become a sponsor of Game Day Media. Opening kickoff of the second half was brought to you by Northern States Fishing Tools, a locally owned fishing and rental tool company serving the Williston Basin since 1978. And that one was just covered up, so Alexander will take over and start this drive at their own 36-yard line.
Not only did they score to end the first half, but now they get the ball again to start the second half. And boy, if they can tack on another touchdown here, they're in control.
11:59 to go in the third quarter. Alexander leading at 22-6, and a big reason why is the man who's getting ready to take this snap right here. It's Jacob Novak going behind his right side of the line. A stiff arm, and he's got a big hole. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Jacob Novak.
My goodness. Wow, what a run.
64 yards.
Novak found the opening around the right side and just turned on the afterburners and takes it home for the touchdown. And the Comets stretch the lead out to 28-6. Chance to make it with a 2-point conversion. According to my Tioga High School math, 24-point lead if they can knock this one in.
18 carries, 189 yards so far for Novak. He hands it off to Simonson here, and it gets stopped by the Lewis and Clark defensive line. Gets tackled by Parker Nesham to keep the score at 28-6 on your NCC scoreboard. It's another Cornerstone Bank touchdown, the third of the game by Jacob Novak. Alexander leads at 28-6.
Take a look at that. Touchdown again by Novak as we head for another break in the action. We'll be back.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Watford City and Alexander Athletics on Game Day Media. Call financial advisor Doug Rolfson at 701-444-4160 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Sun is setting in Alexander. It might be setting for the Longhorns as well, as the Comets just tacked on another touchdown. They're up by 22 on your NCC scoreboard, 28-6. Very important possession here for the Longhorns to be able to try to get some points.
We'll see what Alexander has planned on this kickoff. Most of them have been very short, and this one will be short again. Good catch on a end-over-end kick by Hank Osmondson, bringing that one down right near midfield.
Yeah, the sophomore with some good hands there was able to bring it in and keep the ball in the hands of the Longhorns. It'll be first down as they spot the ball right at midcourt, just on the right side of midcourt there, or midfield, I should say. We're not in basketball yet.
Too warm for basketball
we
season
got about 3
yet,
months to go before that goes on.
Yeah, this drive starting right at midfield with 11:32 left to go in the third quarter. And if you're Lewis and Clark here, you know you can't get all the way back to a tie in one possession, but you can start chipping away, and they do that with a nice short pass that's caught for a 9-yard gain, catch and run.
Big stick there by
Sam Wrench.
Number 25, Caden Culbertson Jr. for the Comets, just putting a lick on him.
Second pass completion of the game for Lewis and Clark. Sets him up with a good spot right here. 2nd down and 1. As Erickson gets ready from the shotgun. A receiver to each side, back to pass, has some time, but it's picked off. Intercepted by Champion. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. He's got one man to beat. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, pick six by Jaden Champion.
Look at the big guy strutting and taking it home to the end zone as we look at that RTC Networks instant replay. Stepped in front of that errant pass and takes it to the house.
34-6. Jaden Champion now had a fumble recovery in the first.
My goodness.
And now he gets an interception return for a touchdown in the third quarter.
It's going to be hard to figure out who's going to be our first International Bank and Trust player of the game.
A pick six, and boy, after kind of a slow start, Alexander has just turned it on.
This is a big two-point conversion for Alexander.
Novak getting ready to take the snap. He's got Getzlaff on his right side. Low snap. Picks it up, lofts a pass into the end zone. It's caught. Is he in? He is.
Yes.
Julian Gant for two.
Take a look at that two-point conversion to Gant. And Novak hit him in stride, and that makes it a 30-point game as we take a look at that RTC Networks instant replay. Had to go high for it, kind of juggled a little bit, comes down inbounds for the 30-point lead. We'll be back after this timeout and a word from some of our great Game Day media sponsors. Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop.
Wow, some fireworks by the Comets in this third quarter. As Champion is going to throw it or kick this one deep inside the 30. It's going to lay at the 25-yard line, picked up by Meyer there, and he'll get a 10-yard kickoff return out of that one, brought down by Julian Gant. Those two doing the scoring on that series of plays for Alexander. The 65-yard pick six by Jaden Champion. The two-point conversion pass from Novak to Julian Gant, and Alexander has scored 36 consecutive unanswered points.
Wow.
To build a 36-6 lead. Another Cornerstone Bank touchdown. That one from the defense.
Yeah, with the 30-point lead now, when it hits the fourth quarter, it's going to go fast.
As Meyer tries to... Oh, my goodness! Novak just rips the football away from him. Another turnover.
He just pulled it right out of his hands. My goodness.
Yeah, you almost can't even call that a fumble, really. There was no
takeaway
fumble. It was just, yeah, that's it.
Take a look at that. He just ripped it out of the hands of the receiver. And, boy, another turnover for the Longhorns deep inside their own territory. Gives another opportunity for the Comets to really tack on some more insurance points here.
And that happened right in front of the Lewis and Clark bench, and you can tell that they are just deflated the way that this half has started. What a start to this third quarter for Alexander. Clock running is Novak. Hands it off to Simonson. Big hole on the right side. Gets a block from Getzlaff. Good tackle by Alfonso Montano. He may have saved another touchdown there. Simonson picks up 7 on first down. Well, brings up second down and a long 2. Ball spotted just across the 30. And these Comets have come to play in this season opener and home opener. School hasn't started yet here in Alexander, but football season sure has.
Lights are on here, too, at Comet Field.
It'll be Novak taking the snap, handing it off to the right side. Another good hole behind the blocking up front of this talented Alexander offensive line. First down more for the Comets.
Take a look at that instant replay again. They're just winding some clock off here and keeping the ball on the ground. They don't want to stop the clock and kind of have their way with the Longhorns right now.
Pickup of 10, 13th first down of the game for Alexander. They're in the red zone once again. 1st and 10 from the Lewis and Clark 19. Novak will go under center. Ready to take the snap from Dylan Strami. Getzloff at fullback, Simonson at running back. Give will be to the fullback, Corey Getzloff. He is hit in the backfield, stays on his feet, and he's going to turn it into positive yardage. Boy, he turned nothing into something on that carry.
If you'd be so kind as to give us a thumbs up, we'd appreciate it. We know it's our first game of the year and kind of working out some kinks. Got a brand new team down here that in Watford City, but boy, are they doing a great job here this afternoon.
We'll give Corey 4 yards on that carry, setting up a 2nd down and 6 with the ball spotted halfway in between the hash marks in Lewis and Clark territory all the way down to the 15. We've got Ethan Gillespie at quarterback for 2nd down and 6. He'll keep it over the right side and runs through a couple of attempted tackles before Holden Meyer brings him down.
Just over 7.5 minutes. We're going to have a timeout on the field.
Yes, taken by Lewis and Clark.
As we head to our sports desk, we'll come back with more action after this timeout. Sponsored by LPL, Shiloh Chavez, your LPL financial agent.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app, and as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects.
Welcome back to Alexander as Gillespie hands it off to Simonson over the right side. He will get all the way into the end zone for another Alexander Comet touchdown, 8 yards. And a score for Rope Simonson.
They are just putting it on the Longhorns right now, just kind of having their way. And they just don't have an answer for him right now.
And they will look to add on another 2-point conversion after that Cornerstone Bank touchdown. Simonson.
2-point conversion again.
With his first touchdown of the season. He'll try to add on the 2-point conversion, but Lewis and Clark stopped him for a second. He's in there.
Boy, extra effort. We're going to have to take a look at that replay again. My goodness.
They just refused to be tackled, and it's multiple guys. It was Novak doing most of it in the first half, and it's been a team effort. Look at that pile. Just moving. 2-pointer for Alexander. All Comets in this third quarter. They lead it 44-6 on your NCC scoreboard. We'll be back with a kickoff after this timeout.
At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota. As we take a look at some of our live reads, including the Heritage Park here in Mackenzie County, they invite you over to see what they have in store for you at the Mackenzie County Heritage Park. Also, the Watford City Assembly of God Church.
Yeah, one church, multiple locations. as we are ready for the kickoff for Alexander, leading this one 44-6. And that kick looks like it'll go out of bounds. So just the second penalty of the game for Alexander, this one in the kicking game. And that will award the ball to to Lewis and Clark. Both teams doing a good job in the penalty category, considering it's the first game of the season.
Hey, we want to thank our premium sponsors, NCC out of Ray, North Dakota, as well as RTC Networks based out of Parshall, North Dakota, providing great services to the area. RTC and NCC, of course, NCC expanding into the Williston market with the purchase of Niemont. And so we're looking forward to more and more coverage here on Game Day Media with our premium sponsors, NCC and RTC Networks.
This will be a keeper by Erickson. On the first play of the drive, Gillespie stands him up and brings him down about the 41-yard line after a gain of 6. Boy, what an impressive showing by Alexander.
How many unanswered points is that now? 44?
Yeah, 44. Lewis and Clark scored first. The first score of the game was by the Longhorns on that 50-yard touchdown run by Meyer. But it has been all Alexander from the second quarter on. And they lead it now 44-6. Here's a handoff to Wrench. He goes right up the middle. Near a Lewis and Clark first down. I think he got it. Needed 4, and I think that's exactly what he got.
Novak ended up with the football in his hands, but it was after he had already taken down the defender. So.
Yeah, that's been a big part of this third quarter. The 2 turnovers. Now Alexander +3 in the takeaway giveaway category. You're going to win a lot of games when you win that category. Erickson tackled out of bounds by Colt Champion. And looks like Erickson got a first down, but then he is slow in getting up right here on his own sideline.
It's going to be an injury timeout. That allows us to go back to our sports desk and come up with actually, we're going to keep it right here as he's up, and we'll just continue on here.
Those are the injury timeouts that I like, the ones that don't take very long. And
good to see him up.
Yep.
He's fought hard here tonight for the Longhorns.
He's up to 17 yards rushing now on 12 attempts. New quarterback in there, that's Jack Wrench, who hands it off to the starting running back, Sam Wrench. Gain of a couple. Lewis and Clark now up to 7 first downs. They had 1 first down on their first drive, 2 on their second drive that ended in a touchdown. They'd only had 2 first downs after that. And now it's 2nd down and 9. As the sun sets here in Alexander, there's going to be a sack. Jaden Champion with another huge defensive play for Alexander. Drops Erickson back to midfield. 3rd down and 17 now for the Comets defense, as they have been outstanding really all game long, but especially in this second half. Montano ready to take the snap. He is going to keep it himself over the near side. Has some running room, crosses the 45, a stiff arm of Spell at the 40, down to the 38. Pick up a 12. Nice run by Alfonso Montano.
Yeah, it's good. He's got quick feet. Choppy runner and keeps his feet moving, and picked up a
Yep, he needed 17. Got 11, so 4th and 6 for the Longhorns. Got 2:22 left to go in the third quarter, a third quarter that's been dominated by Alexander. They've scored 22 points in this third quarter. Screen pass, it's going to be, I believe, a fumble or incomplete, going to be an incomplete pass, and that will be a turnover on downs.
County on our second stream up there on Game Day Media. It's 43-6 right now with 8:37 remaining in the fourth quarter.
First game of the year. Yeah, you good.
Oh, as well. The Divide County Maroons putting it on the Surrey Mustangs 43-6 right now with David Peterson and Noah Fredrickson on our second stream of the day. But we're going to take a little time out here as Paul Rudolph wants to talk it over with his team. We'll come back with more coverage here at Game Day Media.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
Into a beautiful evening here in western North Dakota. Outstanding sunset, and look at that, one of the more unique shots in all of North Dakota anywhere at a high school football field. Great to have football back here in Alexander. They went from playing 6-man to 9-man, and they're not just playing at 9-man level, they're winning.
They're winning. Yeah, Trey has done a great job. He and his coaching staff have put together, instilled some pride into this Comet team, and boy, they're showing it here tonight as Gillespie takes the snap.
Hand off to Simonson. A couple of big hits finished off there by Parker Nesham.
See that Novak sitting on the sideline right now, but a 1-yard gain, or no, it's more than that. It's like 3-yard gain.
Clock continues to run. This is a 6-6 game after 1 quarter of play. Since then, it's been all Alexander as they look to remain near the top of Region 3 standings this year. Finished in a tie for second last year. 2 of their 3 losses all season long came against West Hope, Newburgh, Glenburn. Another one came on the road in a hard-fought game against South Prairie Max as Gillespie bobbles the snap, picks it up, gets hit, and eventually tackled for a loss. Jackson Coble, first man of the backfield for Lewis and Clark.
You can probably see at the bottom of our screen there the ticker sponsored by North Dakota Score Feed, that as they get the scores called into them or sent to them, they put that up on our ticker that allows you to be able to see other action that is going across in the state here tonight. And if you haven't downloaded that North Dakota Score Feed app, we'd encourage you to do that to stay in touch with all the action in all the sports of football, volleyball, basketball as well.
That'll do it for our third quarter of play. 22 points for the Comets. They lead it big, 44-6 on your NCC scoreboard. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this timeout.
At NCC, Northwest North Dakota is our backyard. The individuals and businesses who rely on NCC's services aren't just our customers. You're our neighbors, our friends, and our families. That's why we're committed to providing the high-quality internet, video, phone, and security systems you need to stay connected with the friendly, local service you deserve. NCC, making connections in Northwest North Dakota.
Welcome back to Alexander. And step back into time and explore the history of our area at the McKenzie County Heritage Park and North Dakota Oil Museum. We are open year-round, Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's free to visit. Donations always welcome. Can't wait to share the stories of McKenzie County with you, and they're gearing up for the Heritage Day on September 20th. Also want to thank our other live read sponsor, WCAG Church. One church, multiple locations. You can join us at our main campus in Watford City for a couple of services there, 9:15 and 11:15 a.m. Our other locations are Belfield, Kenmare, and Fairview, Montana.
As we start the Northern States Fishing Tool start of our fourth quarter, it'll be a quick one for the Comets as they're up by a score of 44-6.
Ethan Gillespie at quarterback, takes the snap, rolls to his right. It looked like he wanted to run the option, but he didn't have anybody to pitch it to.
Where's everybody going?
Yeah, that'll be a loss of about 5 as That may have been the worst offensive play for Alexander. Luckily for them, it's coming here in the fourth quarter with a big 44-6 lead. You know, as a coach, you like to have a few things to work on, and they'll probably talk about that one at practice.
Yeah, the Alexander Comet's going to travel up to Honker Nation next Friday night, as Game Day Media will travel with them up there. And another...
There's a flag down this time. We'll see which direction they're going to... No one's going against Alexander.
Yeah, that's going to go against Alexander. I wonder if they didn't have too many guys in the huddle. Yeah, illegal substitution there.
This is the third penalty of the game against Alexander. It's cost him 17 yards.
Flag.
Brings up 4th down and 19. There will be a first punt of the game. And it's going to be a short one. And it's caught by the head coach, Trey Jacobson, making the catch over there.
He was a pretty good sport.
He sure was.
Sportster in his day.
The Watford City Wolves.
Yeah.
Back when Alexander and Watford City co-opted. Of course, Alexander didn't have a football team, I believe it was 35 years. Started with a 6-man program, and then they moved up into 9-man, and they have not looked back. Lots of good success already for this Comets program, trying to add to it here this year.
Turnover on downs as the sun finally sets here, give you a little bit clearer picture. We can't mess with Mother Nature, that's for sure.
Lewis and Clark starting this drive in Alexander territory. It's a handoff to Montana. Oh, a hit and drop by Corey Getzlaff. He's played all 4 quarters here tonight.
Come back here, young man.
I thought Montano might have some room to work with there, but Corey Getzlaff changed that in a hurry.
Penalty flag.
Late flag. After the play was over, before I saw it at least.
We'll see what head referee here, Mr. Drew Flogan, says.
It's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Well,
against Alexander. So that'll be their 4th penalty, and
that's something to work on.
Yep, coaching staff for Alexander get a little more things to talk about at practice. You know, it's always good to win your first game, but you can't be satisfied after one win, and now a few mistakes here.
Yeah, you don't want to get into that habit for sure, because if that continues at some point in the season, it's come back to bite you.
So that's the 8th first down of the game for Lewis and Clark, as that pass falls incomplete off the hands of the intended receiver, Dylan Pank.
But it doesn't stop the clock now with the continuing clock, and we've got about under 10 minutes to go here in this 4th and final quarter.
So 2nd and 10. Ball spotted at the Alexander 29-yard line. Lewis and Clark scored on their 2nd drive of the game, but they have been shut out since then. Thanks for joining us this evening on Game Day Media. To have you like and subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends. Here's a option pitch and a good run by the running back, Wrench. Sam Wrench taking the pitch, and he carries it down inside the 25 to the 21, a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
You can find us on Facebook as well at Game Day Media, where we post our players of the game and other information, our upcoming broadcast schedule. So subscribe to that at no cost. You can subscribe to Game Day Media at no cost, as we're here to bring attention to our players as well as our sponsors that help make this all possible.
Montano took the direct snap. He had nowhere to go. Another great tackle by Charlie Klein. And Randy, he's just a freshman, and he has had some highlight reel plays on defense for these Comets. He's been fun to watch. Clock continues to run.
Only a freshman.
Down to 8 minutes and 17 seconds left to go in this fast-moving 4th quarter. 4th down is Lewis and Clark trying to put together a drive, give themselves some momentum heading into next week. It'll be Montano picking up a first down as the Red Sea parted for a little bit there. got inside the 15 to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, if you'd be so kind to give us a thumbs up, we'd appreciate that. And that helps our sponsors get their word out. And it just helps everybody, including our athletes, who we are here to promote these great student athletes up here in Western North Dakota.
Gain of 9. We'll keep this drive going. 1st and 10 from the 12. Erickson fakes the handoff. Keeps it himself over the right side. Gets hit, bounces off one tackler. Gets piled up by 4 different Comets just outside the 5-yard line. Give Erickson credit. He's battled through a couple of injury concerns. Still playing hard. Picks up 5 on that carry.
Let's run a play to the left, shall we? They like the right side. Both offenses seem to like the right side.
Yeah, we've been on the
Probably
right.
Need a southpaw quarterback if they want to go left.
Montano taking the snap this time. Started up the middle, then he bounces it to the right. Not much room that time. Ropes Simonson, brings him to the turf after no gain. 3rd down upcoming.
Clock continues to run, 6:45 and counting, as the Alexander Comets are going to start out their 2025 season with a win over the Lewis and Clark-Berthold Longhorns. And new mascot name for this newly co-opt school district, I should say.
So, yeah, Lewis and Clark. Get used to that name there for football as they send 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, trying to end a long scoreless streak after they scored first. Erickson with a fake, rolls to his left, throws it over the middle. It's caught.
Hey, what a great play.
Touchdown, Longhorns.
Boy, if that's something you can bring back to practice, that was run perfectly. You can see this little spin move by the quarterback, Drew Erickson, goes opposite, throws to his backside, finds the receiver wide open in the end zone for the 6 points.
It's Tucker Leahy with the 7-yard touchdown reception. Nice play by Drew Erickson. And just like for Alexander, they have some negative things to work on. Now you see some positive things for Lewis and Clark. You don't want to be all negative in practice.
Yeah, you want to be able to pat the kids on their back once in a while.
So that ends 44 unanswered points by Alexander as Lewis and Clark does get on the board there. Trying for the 2-point conversion. It'll be close on the pitch from Erickson to Wrench. No signal yet. He did not get in. Tackled an inch short of the goal line. So your score on the NCC scoreboard, Alexander 44, Lewis and Clark 12. We'll be back with the kickoff after this timeout.
GameDay Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through GameDay Media. Together, we make a winning team. Postgame show following the game here tonight. Our postgame show, of course, is sponsored by Johnson and Sundin Law Office right here in Watford City.
Good drive there.
Sundin will be able to come in and help Titus down the road here a little bit with some color commentary, and we're looking forward to that as well.
Yes, absolutely. So Lewis and Clark with an 8-play drive there that took just over 5 minutes off the clock. They're trying an onside kick. Yeah, good recovery by Charlie Klein. Yeah, you know, he'd be a candidate for First International Bank Player of the Game just from what he's done on defense, but Alexander's had a lot of candidates here tonight, the way that they have played on both sides of the ball. Big lead for them, 44-12, as they get ready for this fourth quarter drive. 4.5 minutes and counting left to play.
Yeah, stick with us as we'll go down to the Trey Jacobson and our First International Bank and Trust player of the game. Following final seconds.
Ethan Gillespie at quarterback, a new wide receiver to the near side. It's Case Powell, another freshman on the field for Alexander. Oh, a good carry from Aiden Barnes, but the ball comes out. Initially, it looked like Lewis and Clark, but the Comets fall back on it. So a 7-yard gain for Aiden Barnes. Good run. Didn't complete the play by, didn't complete it by protecting the football, but it does end up being a 7-yard run into Lewis and Clark territory. 2nd and 3 Comets. One receiver to the left. Gillespie in the pistol formation. Alexander likely will keep the ball on the ground for the remainder of this game as Barnes gets another carry. He's got a first down. And he squirted through one tackle, and then I didn't see the Lewis and Clark player who grabbed a hold of his jersey and just did not let go. Yeah, another first down for the Comets. So Barnes putting some rushing yards together. I've got Alexander now with 258 rushing yards tonight. 15 first downs.
90 yards of receiving, too, but they haven't had to throw the ball too much here in the second half.
No.
Nor have they wanted to.
Yeah, they've had a few good plays through the air as well as Barnes takes another handoff, his 3rd carry in a row. So we'll pick him up another 2 yards. Clock continues to run. Alexander putting some finishing touches on what's going to be a outstanding season opening victory here at home. As Randy mentioned, they're going to be going on the road next week up to Kenmare. Take on Kenmare Bowbells, and boy, I'm looking forward to that. Those two put on a show last year in the first round of the playoffs. I'm expecting another great matchup between the Honkers and the Comets. We hope you can join us once again next week. Gillespie keeps it on 2nd down and 8, under 2 minutes to go. Going to give him forward progress to the 38, so a gain of 1 for Gillespie will bring up 3rd down and 7.
Final in the Divide County taking down the Surrey Mustangs 43-20. And over in West Hope tonight, the West Hope Newburgh Glenburn is ahead by 6, 22-16 against Kenmare Bowbells Brook Central Honkers.
Good sign for them. West Hope Newburgh Glenburn got votes in the first poll, their first game here without Walker Broughton.
Right, for many years.
Yeah, since he is heading to NDSU. There's a handoff up the middle. Once again, Barnes with the carry. Going to pick up 2, we'll call it. A gain of 2 for the freshman. 4th down as time is ticking away. Under 1 minute left to go on your NCC scoreboard. Stick around for your post-game show brought to you by Johnson and Sundin Law Office. Randy will be heading down onto the field. He'll get some coaches' comments. Brought to you by Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City. So stick around for all of our post-game festivities and interviews and stats. Here's a handoff. That'll be a stop for the Lewis and Clark defense. They get a turnover on downs, as that carry was by Carson Getzloff, his first carry of the game. That will stop the clock as they change possessions. It'll be Lewis and Clark football with 25.8 seconds left to go. Turning into a beautiful evening here on opening night in Alexander. And if you're an Alexander fan, you have to be really pleased with the way that this game turned out. Very competitive through the first quarter, but 2nd and 3rd quarters just dominated by Alexander. They're going to pick up a big win, and every game counts in 9-man here. No non-conference, non-region games to start your schedule. Start the season with a region opponent. And Alexander is going to start it with a win. Pass over the middle, intercepted, picked off by Colin Spell, and he's might go all the way. 30, 25, 20, 15, pushed out of bounds near the 15-yard line. Colin Spell with the interception, 4th takeaway by this Alexander defense.
Get the ball back with enough time to run one more play. They lead 44-12, 8 seconds.
Second interception of the game. Jaden Champion had a pick 6. He also had a fumble recovery along with Jacob Novak. And now Colin Spell adds an interception. Lots to talk about on both sides of the football for Alexander here tonight. 8.7 seconds left to go. Novak will take the snap, and he will kneel it down. That's going to do it. A big win for Alexander as the teams will shake hands down at midfield. Big win for Alexander to start their Region 3 schedule off 1-0 with the win here at home. Great job by our cameraman, Curtis Long, getting the post-game handshakes there at midfield. We've got Randy Peterson down on the field. He'll catch up with our First International Bank and Trust player of the game, along with our Victoria's head coach, Trey Jacobson, here tonight. We'll step aside at this time, send it back to our sports desk for a word from our sponsors. We'll be back with your post-game show after this.
At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app, and as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs, with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Stop by our office in Watford City and visit with Eric Mogan and Brady Monroe to see how we can help.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Watford City and Alexander Athletics on Game Day Media. Call financial advisor Doug Rolfson at 701-444-4160 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top-quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more, located in Alexander, North Dakota.
At NCC, Northwest North Dakota is our backyard. The individuals and businesses who rely on NCC's services aren't just our customers. You're our neighbors, our friends, and our families. That's why we're committed to providing the high-quality internet, video, phone, and security systems you need to stay connected with the friendly, local service you deserve. NCC, making connections in Northwest North Dakota.
Welcome back to Alexander. Welcome into your Coach's Comments segment of the post-game show. Coach's Comments brought to you by Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City. Randy Peterson is down on the field with victorious coach Trey Jacobson. Randy, take it away.
Well, after getting down 6 points in the first possession by the Longhorns, you've put up 44 in a row unanswered. You had to be pretty pleased with the way your team played in the opening game of the season.
Yeah, I think it took a little while for the kids to get rid of the pregame jitters, but once we settled into the game, I was pretty pleased with all the new guys stepping into roles and having success tonight.
Yeah, one of the things that we mentioned up there was a freshman, number 13. He played a well. He was all over the place tonight. He wasn't our first International Bank and Trust player of the game, but I thought he played Charlie, right? Charlie Klein. He played a good game.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great kid, and he might not have got player of the game, but he got player of the game in the huddle. He got the game ball, so he's pretty excited.
Okay. Well, congratulations as you head out to Kenmare up to Honker Nation next week. Kind of a rematch of last playoff game a year ago. And, Pastor Mike Fraunfelter, the head coach up there, has put together a good team. You guys are pretty salty as well. We're looking forward to a great game. What do you know? You're going to watching some tape for the Honkers, I'm sure, this week.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they got a good program up there. Good team last year. I expect them to put out a good product this year, too, and it should be fun.
Hey, thanks for the time, Coach. We'll let you get back as we bring in our first International Bank and Trust player of the game, Mr. 8, Mr. Jacob Novak. Congratulations, Jacob. And, boy, after getting down 6 points, you guys put the pedal to the metal, something like that. Anyway, you guys, you're a load to bring down, I'll tell you what.
Thank you. Yeah, I just love playing football, so every time I touch the field, I put everything out there, so
yeah,
that's all.
You know, you have a lot of teammates. You got a front line that can blast open holes. Even I could go through them, I think, and I'm 68 years old. But, you guys have really come a long way, haven't you? I mean, you built this program up. Coach Jacobson's had a plan in mind to get you kids stronger and bigger, and it's really paid off. And, some of those long days in the weight room and at practices on a hot summer day are starting to pay off for you guys.
Yeah, our coaches are great. They preach us 2 words, and that's lock in, so that's all we do. We go to practice. We got a great O-line coach, Coach Faller. He just pushes us. Brody, he's an amazing coach. Trey's also an amazing coach, so we just listen and we do what we do.
Hey, congratulations. They lock in, Titus. Congratulations, Jacob. We'll be back after this with our post-game show as we wrap things up here from Comet Field in Alexander. Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop. At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small-town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota. GameDay Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through GameDay Media. Together, we make a winning team. As we bring it back here to Comet Field, your final score on your NCC scoreboard, it's the Alexander Comets 44, the Lewis and Clark-Berthold Longhorns 12, as the Comets start their season out on a good note with a victory, impressive victory by the Comets, as we turn it over to Titus for our Johnson & Sundin post-game show.
Yes, thank you very much, Randy. It was a tight one, 6-6 after 1 quarter of play. In the second quarter, Alexander outscored Lewis and Clark 16-0. And really the turning point of the game to me was that final drive of the second quarter where Alexander went 11 plays, 96 yards. They actually ended up going 98 after a 2-yard penalty, knocked them back to the 2-yard line, and they scored with 11 seconds left on the touchdown run by Jacob Novak. They took that momentum into halftime with them, and then they were outstanding in the third quarter. They scored on their first play from scrimmage on a 64-yard touchdown run by Jacob Novak. 2-point conversion attempt didn't work that time, so it was 28-6 with 11:32 left in the third quarter. And then right after Lewis and Clark got the kickoff back on the very first defensive play of the third quarter, it was a 65-yard pick six by Jaden Champion. 2-point conversion was a great play again on a pass from Novak to Julian Gant, making it 36-6 with 10:40 left in the third quarter. And then just 1 minute later, it was a 4-play, 37-yard drive. And that one took 3:21 off the clock, so it wasn't a little over a minute, but then an 8-yard touchdown run by Rope Simonson made it 42-6. A 2-point conversion run by Rope Simonson made it 44-6. And Alexander was off to the races with those 3 touchdowns in the first half of the third quarter to make it 44-6 score. Lewis and Clark got on the board in the fourth quarter with a late touchdown as they went 8 plays, 44 yards in 5 minutes and 31 seconds, scoring on a 7-yard touchdown pass from Drew Erickson to Tucker Lee. 2-point conversion fell about a yard or an inch short, and it remained 44-12. Alexander, and that was our final score here tonight. Let's take a look at the stats from this one, and it all starts with Jacob Novak, our first International Bank and Trust player of the game. He ran the football 18 times tonight for 189 yards. Right, yeah, me too. And he scored 3 touchdowns as well. He had one in each of the first 3 quarters. A 5-yard run in the first quarter, a 1-yard touchdown run right at the end of the second quarter, and then that huge play, 64-yard touchdown run to start the third quarter. So 3 rushing touchdowns for him, averaging over 10 yards per carry here this evening. Great job by Jacob Novak. He also threw the football a little bit, as he was 4 for 9 through the air for 61 yards. Ethan Gillespie was one of 2 for 29 yards through the air. As a team, they went 5 of 11 for 90 yards. All of that coming in the first half. Julian Gant, leading receiver, 4 catches for 61 yards. Jaden Champion, 1 catch for 29 yards. Along with Novak's 189 yards on the ground, it was Rope Simonson with 12 carries for 46 yards and a touchdown. Aiden Barnes rushed it 4 times for 18 yards. Corey Getzloff had 3 carries for 12 yards and a touchdown. Carson Getzloff, 1 carry, no yards. Ethan Gillespie, 4 rushes for -2 yards. For Lewis and Clark, Drew Erickson threw 8 passes, completing 3 of them for a total of 32 yards. He had 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. Leading receiver was Dylan Pank, who caught a pass for 16 yards. Sam Wrench, 1 catch for 9 yards. Tucker Lee, 1 catch for 7 yards and 1 touchdown. On the ground, Holden Meyer led the way with 8 carries for 92 yards and a touchdown. That was a big 50-yard touchdown run to get the scoring started in this one. And it was Sam Wrench with 6 carries for 28 yards. Alfonso Montano, 5 carries for 20 yards. Drew Erickson, 12 rushing attempts for 16 yards. A couple of team stats to wrap it up here. Alexander finished with 15 first downs. Big number, 0 turnovers for the Comets. They committed 4 penalties for 32 yards, most of those coming late and after the game was well in hand. For Lewis and Clark, 2 penalties for 9 yards. Big number for them, 4 turnovers, and they picked up 10 first downs. Those turnovers were some highlight reel plays by this Alexander defense.
Yep.
Jaden Champion had a fumble recovery. He had a 65-yard pick 6. And then Jacob Novak added a fumble recovery. That wasn't really a fumble. He just wrestled it away, that play. And then Colin Spell ending the defensive highlights for Alexander with an interception there late in the fourth quarters. Fun to hear Trey Jacobson mention that they gave the game ball to the young freshman, Charlie Klein.
We mentioned him a few times.
We did. He stuck out to me as the broadcast went along with his outstanding defensive play. It is a really good team effort and a team win tonight for Alexander to get their season started.
You can catch us next week as we take Game Day Media on the road. We're going to be heading up to Kenmare to take the Comets on the road with us, as they will be playing in Kenmare against the Honkers from Kenmare Bowbells Burke Central. We're scheduled to kick that off at 7 o'clock. We'll go on the air around the 6:30 mark. Also on our second stream, it'll be the Ray Powers Lake Outlaws taking on the Turtle Mountain Braves over there in Powers Lake. So you can catch action on our second stream of that day on August 29th. First week is in the books. It was a very successful one. On behalf of all of our sponsors who helped make this all possible, want to thank Jackson, Lee, and Curtis Long, as well as James Myers here in the press box. My name's Randy Peterson. Until next Friday night, Titus Stenberg with the play-by-play, the new voice of Game Day Media, Watford City. Welcome aboard, Titus.
Thank you very much. Great job by everybody. Huge thank you to our sponsors.
Yep.
And, great team effort up here in the booth as well.
And if you want to come on and be a part of this sponsorship, we're looking for more sponsors in the Watford City area. Make sure you get a hold of Titus Stenberg. He's Mr. Watford City. He's well known around the area. Just get a hold of him, and he'll line you up for a sponsorship opportunity here on Game Day Media. So that's our conclusion of our first broadcast here. On behalf of all of our sponsors, thank you for tuning in to Game Day Media. Good night, everybody, and travel safe if you're heading home.
Tonight's Game Day Media broadcast was brought to you by RTC Networks, Hagen Equipment Incorporated, First International Bank and Trust, Nodak Insurance Company, Eric Mogan, Johnson and Sundin, attorneys at law, Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial, Farmers Union Oil of Watford City, Patriot Fuels, LLC, McKenzie County Heritage Park and Museum, Cornerstone Bank,
TNT Measurements Incorporated,
Northern States Fishing Tools, WCAG Church, Doug Rolfson, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, NCC, Dakota Country 96.1 FM,